Hello everyone, and welcome to Crafting with Amy. Today we're going to be making this, I'm calling it Twisted Toboggan because of these reverse single crochets. This is, I think, the fourth pattern I've ever created. All of them are toboggans, but this is made with, or what I used, and I really love this yarn. I had it left over from another project. I got extra for a border, so I don't remember how much it took to make this, but this is Red Heart Row With It Melange. It's 100% acrylic, 389 yards, and it calls for a 5.5mm hook. So, whoops, we're gonna get started. I'm going to use a 5.5mm hook, a tape measure to measure the crown, a darning needle, and a stitch count or row counter so I can keep up with the rows. So I'm going to get everything ready and then we'll start. Okay, I first want to say I've tried this several times. I got a new table mount for my phone to be overhead, and I have a ring light over here, so I have tried this, but I'm doing, this is like a, what do you call it, that contact paper. I do not have it put down permanently because I've tried this at different angles and all of that, so it's all trial and error, so this may move around and stuff. But I also wanted to mention that if any time you feel as though I'm going too slow or too fast, if you're on your phone, in the right hand corner you can see a at the top a gear icon, and if you click that you can go to playback speed and you can either slow me down or speed me up. I'm not used to crocheting on a table, so I doubt anyone will have to slow me down, but I crochet very fast in my lap. Crocheting on a table is new to me. But then also I'm going to put the entire written pattern in the description box. So if you go to the description box and click more, it will show the instructions plus the materials used and all of that stuff. And then also, if you need to rewind, you can double tap on your phone to the left and it will rewind a little bit, and the same to the right for fast forwarding. I listen to most people on 2x speed, but again, I don't think that will be a problem because I will probably be slow here at the table. And then, let me see, is there anything else? I think that's it. So, you can start this with a magic circle, but I'm going to do a slip knot and chain 5. If you're more comfortable with the magic circle, you can do that. So I'm going to chain 5, and then I'm going to enter into the first stitch with a slip stitch, and that makes a little circle. Now, not to be confused with that little space there, but we're going to be working inside this circle here. This yarn tends to, in places it'll be thick, and in other places it's thinner. So in the pattern notes, if you're using a different 4-weight yarn, you may want to stop at round 5 and take a measurement. For the crown, I went ahead and did round 6, which was an additional increase, so that will all be in the pattern notes. So I'm going to start with a chain 1. That does not count as a stitch, and then we're going to put 12 double crochet in this circle, and I'm going to work over that tail as I go. So yarn over into the circle, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's your double crochet. And we're going to do 12 of those for round 1, row 1, 2, yarn over into the circle, grab the yarn, pull it up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So now we have 3, and we are going to put a total of 12 in here. So continue on, and when you get 12, I will meet you back here to join the round. Okay, I've zoomed it in a little bit. I don't know if it's going to be too blurry, but I'm going to try this. So now that you've made 12 double crochet, we are going to come to the first double crochet, and it's kind of sideways there and enter there and join with a slip stitch. Just make sure you have 12 double crochet, and you can pull that little tail. This yarn is soft, so it will probably pull out a little bit as we go, but we can sew in the ends. Well, we'll have to sew in the ends at the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. Okay, so for round 2, we're going to chain 1, and we're going to go in this little bitty place right here, and it's going to be a little tight, and we're going to put 2 double crochet in that same space. There's 1, there's 2, and now we're going to put 2 double crochet in every stitch around. So at the end we will have 24 double crochet. And I think that's why they call this row with it. It rolls up, but it doesn't tangle. Now watch me say that and it will tangle. But so 2 double crochet in every stitch around, and at the end we will have 24 double crochet. So I will meet you back at the end of row 2, and we will start row 3. So I'll meet you back here. Okay, so I've made it to the end of round 2, and I'm going to join with a slip stitch in the first double crochet, and then to start row 3, chain 1. This is pretty much the basic of starting any most toboggans and stuff. So for this round we're going to go back in that stitch there, and we're going to put 2 double crochet, and now in the next stitch we're going to put 1, in the next stitch we're going to put 2 double crochet, it's rolling on me. Then we're going to put 1, two in the next stitch, and 1 in the next stitch. And this will be the repeat for round 3. So row, round, whatever you call it. I change it out. So at the end of this row we will have 36 double crochet. So I will meet you back here and we will start round 4. Okay, I may have misspoke a while ago. This is round 3. I don't know if I said round 3 or round 4, but I have come all the way around, and you should end with a one double crochet in the last stitch. Come over to the first double crochet and join with a slip stitch. So now for row 4, we're going to chain 1. I better keep up with my rows. And we're going to go right back in that stitch, and we're going to put 2 double crochet. And that one is kind of tight. 1, 2, and then in the next stitch we're going to put 1 double crochet, and 1 double crochet in the next stitch. So that is 2 double crochet in the next stitch, and then 1 double crochet each in the next 2 stitches. So the repeat for row 4 is 2 in 1 stitch, and then 1 in the following each of the next 2 stitches. So we did 2, 1, 1. Next stitch gets 2. I do not hold my yarn right. I've never been able to do it right. The wrapping around the finger and all that stuff. I have tried and tried, but so continue this one around, so it's 2, 1, 1, and I will meet you back here to close off round 4 and start round 5. Okay, I think I forgot to mention that at the end of this row you should have 48 stitches. Each increase it will be 12 more stitches. So at the end of row 4, 48. And we are going to join with a slip stitch into that first double crochet. And then for round 5, it's another increase. It will get, it's kind of boring right now, but once we get it past this establishing the crown, it'll be more interesting. So for this round, we're going to go right back in here and put 2 double crochet in the first stitch, and this increase is going to be 2 double crochet in 1 stitch and 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So I'm not going to bore you with that. At the end of this round you should have 60 stitches, so this is round 5. Do 2 double crochet, a double crochet, 1 in each of the next 3 stitches, then 2 double crochet, and then 1 in each of the next 3 stitches all the way around. And I'll meet you back here and we'll measure, because if you're using a different size yarn, or depending on, you know, your tension and stuff like that, we'll measure the crown and then take it from there. So I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, now I'm at the end of row 5, and I'm going to join with the slip stitch, and then we are going to take a measurement. Now if you wanted to use this pattern but use a different yarn for like a child's hat or baby hat, I mean, I already know this isn't going to measure. It should measure 6 to 7 inches, and it's coming in around 5, a little over 5 1/4. So I'm gonna, well, there went my little thingy, it rolled off. I'm gonna continue with row 6. If yours measures between 6 and 7, preferably around 6.5 at least. But now I'm going to do another increase round for round row. I use them interchangeably. Going to chain 1, and you guessed it, 2 double crochets in that first stitch. My hands were shaking like Don Knotts, so I took a rested them, but so this round will be 2 and then 4. 2 in the first stitch. Make sure you don't miss that second one. And then 1 in the next 4 stitches. That's 3, and that's 4. I will zoom in when we get to the reverse single crochet, but at this point, with just doing double crochets, it was a little too close when I zoomed in. So now we'll do 2 in this stitch. I should have caked up a smaller thing in this yarn. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're at the second of 2. And now we'll do 4. 1 in the next 4. I really like this yarn. So that is the repeat for this one. 2 in the first stitch, followed by 1 in the following 4 stitches, 2 in the next stitch, followed by 1 in the following 4 stitches. So repeat that all the way around, and at the end of this round you should have 72 stitches, and then we will begin the reverse single crochet. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, now we have reached the end of row 6, and you should have 72 stitches. I'm going to insert here into the first double crochet and make a slip stitch, and now it should measure and this is a stretchy yarn, so it, you know, it's forgiving. So it's a little over 6.5. So that will work. And we will move on to row 7. I put this on my little yarn spinny thing. I just hope I don't get it tangled up. So row 7 is where we start the reverse single crochet, but we're going to start with chain 1, and this, we're doing this in the front loop, so it can be kind of awkward. You're going to take your hook and go up under that front loop. The first one's going to be a little bit harder. Get up under there and then grab. It's going to be a little tight, so there's the first one. So front loop, you know, each stitch has a front loop and a back loop. We normally go through both, but we're going to go all the way around this way under the front loop, and then when we come back around for the next row, we're going to work in the back loops. So the reverse single crochet, I used to hate it, but I was overthinking it. So if you come up to, again, we just want to get that front loop, and this yarn is kind of, it's very soft. Grab it, pull it up, and pull through. And don't worry so much about the placement. They'll kind of just fall. So grab that front loop, grab it, pull it up, and pull through. Trying to show you. Grab it, pull it through, pull it up, and pull through. And as you, if you don't overthink it, if you just do it, it'll just come second nature. So again, there's the front loop. Again, I am a lap crocheter. And just kind of let them fall. And the more you make, see, those back loops are still available to work in. So we are going to do this all the way around for row 7. Go in the front loop, grab it, pull it up, single crochet. It's also known as the crab stitch. I think it's also known as the knurl stitch. But this one is being worked in just the front loop. And I did that so I'll show you on this one. When we come back around, we can work that row of single crochet in here in the back loop, and then we're going to do another row of it in the front loop, the reverse single crochet, and then we'll do another row in the back loop of just regular crochet, single crochet. So it makes a really cool effect. If you wanted to just do the regular reverse double crochet or reverse single crochet, it really wouldn't give you anything. Like when we go back into these, that will give us, to put our single crochets, that will give us a base to start the next row. So just do this all the way around. Again, just take your time, but don't overthink it. Get in that front loop, grab it, pull it up, and do that all the way around, and then I will meet you here at the end of row 7 to show you how to join. Okay, I've gone all the way around, and now I'm going to show you how to join. Just go into that first one that we made. And this is awkward. And make a slip stitch. And this will be a little tight. Now, for row 8, we're going to chain 1, and then here in the back you can see those loops that we missed, and this will look wonky for a while, but here are the back loops. So we start with the chain 1, and then we're going to put a single crochet in the back loop of every stitch all the way around. And yes, it will look wonky, but that's okay. It'll work out. It'll all come out in the wash, whatever that saying is. See how this yarn twists? I think that's why they call it roll with it, because it does roll up. So one single crochet all the way around in the back loop only. And then I will meet you at the end to join this round. And we will start row 9. And 9 and 10 are a repeat of 7 and 8. Just to give you a heads up. But I'll get you started on that. I'll be right back. Okay, now I have gone all the way around. And we're going to join to this first single crochet, excuse me, with a slip stitch. Now, for rows 9 and 10, we're going to repeat rows 7 and 8. So that's going to be a reverse single crochet. So we're going to chain 1. And again, this first one is hard to get up into, but it's doable. And then we're going to go around and put one in the front loop of every stitch around. Just don't overthink it. If I weren't at a table, I'd be going a lot faster on these. But kind of holding it up in the air. So front loop, reverse single crochet, and then we're going to come back around. I'll meet you to fasten off again after row 9 and start the single crochet in the back loop only for row 10. Okay, I just wanted to show you, like, once you get a groove of this going, just don't overthink it. You can feel that front loop. And they will fall. Just let them fall where they may. So, again, I'll meet you back here. Okay, so now I have made it around, and I'm going to come to this first one and do a slip stitch. And then we're going to chain 1 for row, I believe this is 10. Yes, and we're going to do the single crochet in the back loops. So that's one single crochet in each of those back loops. All the way around. And yes, this is looking wonky and funky, but it will turn out, it's normal for it to do that. It will turn out to look like this. It's just going to take a while. So continue to work these single crochets in the back loop only all the way around, and then I will meet you at the end of row 10. And we will start row 11. I was trying to see if that's where, yeah. And I'm going to try to remember to put timestamps for each round in the description box as well. If I can do chapters, I'll do that also, but timestamps, because you'll be repeating, since we repeated this, that way you can go back and refer. So 1 single crochet, back loop only, and I'll meet you back here to fasten off, and we will start round 11. Okay, so I've excuse me, I've made it to the end of row 10, and I'm going to slip stitch into this first back loop single crochet, and it's still looking funky, but we're going to get a break from the reverse single crochet in row 11. Haven't been keeping up. In this row we're going to do a chain 1, and then we're going to go right back into that stitch and put a double crochet, and then we're going to put a double crochet in every stitch around. So we're getting a break from the reverse single crochet for now. Yeah, there's going to be more, but that's okay. It will be worth it, and once you get the hang of it, and I highly recommend this. I got this from Temu, and I caked up yarn, and it took me a while to get it to where my yarn would go on there without messing up, but this one was already caked up, so that helps as far as pulling your yarn, or you know, instead of just a yarn ball or cake flopping around all over the place. So again, once double crochet in every stitch around, and I will meet you back here for row 12, and then we will start there. Okay, I have made it to the end of row 11. I did my last double crochet, and now I'm going to slip stitch into the first double crochet, and that will end row 11. And it's still not looking right, but it will. So for row 12 through 15, we're doing rows 7 and 8 2 more times. So that was 7, that was 8, 9 and 10. So we're going to do a reverse single crochet in the front loop only, and then single crochet in the back loop only for row 13. Row 14 will be reverse single crochet front loop only. Row 15 will be single crochet back loop only. So just, again, I'll put timestamps in where you can see, refer back to it instead of going through the whole thing again. So I already made a chain 1. So this is rows 12 through 15. And we're going to do rows 7 and 8 2 times. So chain 1. And that first reverse single crochet is always hard to get it. Whoops. Yeah. It can be very hard to get in sometimes. But it's not wanting to work this time. But it will. Trust me, if I didn't like the effect of this, I would not have done this. But getting started is always the hardest part. And then that's going to be tight. So, that's the first one. And just let your finger feel that front loop. You'll know if you have to. You'll feel it and you'll see it. Go all the way around. I apologize, but I really like the way that this hat looks. And I think it's worth it. So just try not to think too much about it. And once you get in the groove of it, that's one good thing about this yarn being stretchy. Now, of course, if you're a lefty, I do plan on doing a left hand tutorial for this as well. So, for rows 12, I'm going to go all the way around with the reverse single crochet, and then you're going to slip stitch into that first one. You'll chain 1, and then you'll go into the back loop of all of this, a single crochet in all the back loops, and then you will attach to the first single crochet, and then you will chain 1 and do another row of reverse single crochet, and then another row of single crochet back loop only, and then I will meet you back for row 16. Okay, hello everyone. When we left off, I was fixing dinner. My phone was about to die, so I had to charge it. It was rows 12 through 15, which was rows 7 and 8 repeated 2 times. And after that, because I meant to say that, you would do another row of double crochet, and then rows 17 through 20 are rows 7 and 8 again 2 times. So that's reverse single crochet in the front loop, and then single crochet in the back loop, and then repeating that again. And then row 21 is another row of double crochet. So I will adjust the pattern to reflect that. Now, good news, we're through with the reverse single crochet, and we should still have 72 stitches. However, sometimes with the reverse single crochet, if you were to miss a place, like attach at the wrong place or something, you may lose a stitch. But when you get to that double crochet row 21, you chain 1, you do a double crochet row, count And if you're missing any stitches, it's an easy fix. You can just go in and say you're missing 2 stitches. Just put an extra one in, like put 2 double crochet in a stitch, and then go around a little bit and then put another extra double crochet in the same stitch as another. It's not going to make or break it. In the end, you won't know. So I think I was missing 1 stitch, so I put an extra stitch in, and now we are through with that. I think I hear my dog. Hold on just a moment. So once you have done that, we are ready to start row 22. And row 22 is chain 1 and a front post double crochet around every stitch. So we're going to start with this. If you know what a front post double crochet is, you yarn over, you go behind the stitch. We're going to go, I'm going to grab this chain 1 also, so this one will be a little thicker. Grab the yarn, grab it, pull through 2, pull through 2. So it's a front post double crochet. That's yarn over, go behind this stitch, come through the other side, grab the yarn, pull it up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So I'll do that a couple of more times. That rolling of the yarn is yarn over, go behind the stitch, come out the other side, grab the yarn, pull it up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So this is going to be on every stitch, every double crochet from row 21, and we're almost done. Yay! I'm trying to hold this up. So do this all the way around, and then I'll meet you back here to join, and we'll start row 23. Okay, at this point, we are going to join to our first double crochet with a slip stitch, and I recommend trying it on and seeing if you need to do any decreases. If it's too snug feeling for you or too loose, not too snug. I'm going to do decreases, but if you don't need to do decreases, then just skip the decrease part. But what I'm going to do is, I need to get a stitch marker. Hold on just a moment. So I'm going to decrease in this manner. I'm going to put I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to do the back loop. I'm going to do 2 together, single crochet, back loop only in the first 2 stitches, 3 loops on my hook, yarn over and pull through all. And then I'm going to put 1 single crochet in the back loop only of the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, and then I'm going to decrease again. So I'm going to do a single crochet in back loop only, pull it up, 2 loops on the hook, go into the next stitch, pull it up, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all, and then a single crochet in the back loop only of the next 2 stitches, just regular single crochet. And then I'm going to decrease like this all the way around. So another decrease, yarn over, or go into the back loop only of that stitch, pull up, you have 2 loops. Next stitch, pull up, you have 3 loops. Yarn over and pull through all 3, and then single crochet back loop only at the next 2 stitches. Now if you don't choose to decrease, if you don't need to, just put a single crochet, chain 1, put a single crochet in the back loop only of every stitch around, and I will meet you back here, and then we have 1 more row to do and we'll be done. Okay, I have done row 23 all the way around, and now I'm going to join with a slip stitch into the entire stitch, and then I'm going to chain 1, and this is the last round, unless you want to add more if you like yours longer, but for me I'm going to do 1 round of half double crochet in the back loop only. So I'm going to just put a regular half double crochet in this first stitch, but then in the back loop only of all the other stitches around, I'm going to put a half double crochet. I can grab it. So half double crochet, yarn over, go into that back loop, or you could go into both, it doesn't matter. Grab the yarn, pull it through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. Yarn over. I'm going into the back loop, but you don't have to. Go into that stitch, grab the yarn, pull it up, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and go through all 3. That's a half double crochet. Yarn over, back loop only, grab the yarn, pull it up, 3 on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. And then when you get done, I'll meet you here and we will fasten off and sew in the ends. Okay, here I am at the end, and I'm going to join to this first half double crochet through the entire stitch with a slip stitch, and then I'm going to cut my yarn off. Again, depending on, you know, how long you want it, just you can continue making either single crochets, half double crochets. Pull my yarn through, and now we're going to turn her inside out, because it measures, you know, that's all going to depend on how long you want it. Mine measures 7 inches, and that's fine with me. So to sew in the ends, and this yarn is slick, so make sure that, yeah, that's closed up good. But that center tail where we started, see the yarn's thick there, but I'm just going to thread it through. If I can get it in there. For some reason the green part's real thick, and then other parts. So I just take it and take my needle up, if I can get a hold of it. Like I said, doing anything at the table is kind of awkward for me. Like this. Give it a pull. I'm just going to go through several. And then I'm going to go back. So you want to come back and just do that a couple of times, back and forth, and it will be secure. I guess you could put a pom-pom on this if you wanted, You don't have to, but and again, this is, I started back at the end of last year making hats, toboggans for people without homes. It was too late for last year because it was at the end of the year. So I've already gotten one big box finished and sealed up, and another one almost full, but I was using everybody else's tutorials because I've never made a pattern, and obviously I wouldn't film those. So then I decided I'm going to try to make my own pattern. So I had never made a pattern in my life, was scared to, and then I just decided one day my first hat pattern is ugly. And it would take Andre the Giant's head, I think. I don't know, but yeah. This is how that was my first that I made up. Now look how big that is. So, and then I made a couple of more, and then I made this one starting with a pattern that the last pattern that I had made before this one, and then I just started doing something different and forgot to write it down, so then I had to write it all down. Okay, for this tail here, end, whatever, we're just going to go through on the inside. Am I on the inside? Yeah. Because this is the brim. This is the outside. Yeah. And just go up through. Do the same thing. Now this yarn is slick, so it may want to pull out on you. So you want to. I had that happen to something I made. And it was very, very slick yarn, and I was crocheting over the tails because that's what the tutorial called for, but it came undone. So then you just want to go back through. So I don't crochet over the tails anymore. And then put it through again. And we are done. So I hope you enjoyed this. Just, you know, if you like it, use it. If you don't, tweak it. Or just sit down. Make sure you write down. Don't do like me and just you know, forget to write it down. Because then I had to go back and write it down. And if I'm not mistaken, this one is a little bit smaller lengthwise than the first one I made. This one's more loose. I don't know if it was because I was, yeah, look at the difference in the size there. It was probably because I was working at a table. And I just work, because I'm not used to that. But they're the exact same. So I went tighter with this one. My tension. So there is that. And I hope you all enjoyed this. And leave me a comment and let me know if you'd like to see some more. Like I said, this is my very first pattern tutorial that I've ever made. And I won't show myself doing anyone else's tutorials. So here's two of the other ones that I made patterns for, but I haven't done any tutorials. Of course, that one only has one row of the, and then this one. I don't have any more of this yarn. I have the green, but I don't have this. Oh, no, this one has another row down here, but I don't think this one does. No. So, I may be doing tutorials on those as well. So, I will see you all in the next video, and you all have a great week.